guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can already see, I changed my hair color. This is the perfect strawberry blonde shade I wanted for so long, and it took me half a year to get this because if you remember, I was a dark chocolate brunette fan. All in all, not talking about here, today is about metal shimmer, and that's why I got this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, which is going to be the star of today. So I'm going to use this baby for my bottom lash line, as you can see, and this is going to be the main focus of today. So if you're interested in how to achieve this look, just please keep watching.
Up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it.
So I'm starting with my foundation as always, and this time I'm using a Makeup Store liquid foundation in the shade Toast. I'm applying it with a regular flat foundation brush and just buffing it into the skin. What I've already noticed about this foundation is that it's very light in consistency and has kind of sheer coverage, so if you need to cover your face more, this is definitely not it. That is why I usually use this one only on these days my skin is in a better condition itself. And even this is one of those days my skin looks good enough. I still need concealing, and I'm taking my NYX HD concealer in the shade CW4 and applying it right under my eyes and of course to cover up some red spots. Now taking the same flat foundation brush and just blending my concealer out. As I'm going to use the same concealer as my eyeshadow base, I just simply use it now. And taking once again a bit of the concealer and applying it onto my eyelids. And then with my ring finger just blending it out. Make sure not to use too much of the concealer because instead of making your eyeshadow last longer, it can work completely opposite and make them crease easier. That's why you want to use only a tiny bit of concealer on your eyelids when you're using it instead of an eyeshadow base. This is actually my favorite brow powder I've ever used. This is really affordable, it costs about 3 and something euros, and since I changed my hair color, I have to change my brow color too, using not the darkest shade as I would normally do, but taking the blonde one. You can see it here. Using an angled brush, just basically following the natural shape of my eyebrow.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Filling in brows is definitely a must for me because, I don't know, it just gives more definition to the whole look and it looks nice and neat and finished as well. So I quickly done one of my eyes off camera, and now let's move forward. As I'm focusing on the bottom lash line of my eyes, I don't want the rest of them to be super intense. That's why I chose this Isadora palette in the name Creamy Nudes. As you can see, this is a palette of very bright pastel tones. And okay, I'm taking this, I don't know, kind of lilac shade with a big blending brush and going to apply it as a base color. So I'm just applying it all over my lid. As you can already see, this is not very pigmented. So I'm using this palette only on those days I need something, I don't know, very subtle and very bright. Okay, now using the same big blending brush, I'm taking this kind of dark gray shade and applying it to my corner. not very pigmented either, as you can see. So basically the whole work is to blend this shade nicely. Otherwise, it just, I don't know, reminds me of a black eye, I guess. To highlight my brow bone, I'm using this shade from Art Deco. It's very shimmery and very highlighting, and I have to admit I'm using this one more as a highlighter than an eyeshadow. And I'm using it not only for my brow bone but also for my nose and my cheek and my cupid's bow. So using the same just cleaned up blending brush, I'm taking a bit of this shade and applying it directly under my brow. There you go. Now it's time for my bottom lash line, and the main thing about it this time is this NYX Jumbo eyeliner pencil in a shade silver. Basically what I'm doing is just dragging a bit down and applying it into the very corner of my eye. I'm taking the shade towards the center, but I'm not going to apply it along the whole line because I'm going to use the same dark gray shade in the outer corner. As you can see, I'm taking it a bit down because, I don't know, I want it to be more intense and pretty visible. So once again, concentrating on my bottom lash line and very gently dabbing the dark gray shade into the outer corner of my eye. Dabbing very gently to make it a bit more intense, and taking it towards the center, trying to blend it out with that silver jumbo pencil. This is it about eyeshadow, and now it's time for an eyeliner. I'm really sorry I have to do this off camera because I have to lean extremely closely to the mirror in order to make it work. Otherwise, I don't know, I just fail with eyeliners. Yeah, I guess this is it for an eyeliner, and this is pretty much about eyes except for mascara. So for a mascara, I'm using the same Miss Manga from L'Oreal as I did in my previous video. I'm sorry for that horrible lighting. I really hope so. This is better than the last one. Yeah, I told that this is not my favorite one because it's kind of difficult to apply, and it really is, but I think I'm getting used to it and it's getting easier and easier for me every time. So I'm applying 2 generous coats of this mascara for my top and bottom lashes as well. The main difficulty about this mascara is this tiny tip of a brush, because it actually, I don't know, it just catches too much of a product, which is very uncomfortable when applying to your eyes. Let's move on back to the face, and to set up my makeup I'm using my L'Oreal BB powder. This is kind of interesting one because it contains of 2 parts. The powder one and the little mirror with a little pad. I actually never use pads because I'm more comfortable with brushes, and so I'm taking the big fluffy brush and yeah, using it to set up my makeup on the whole face. I don't know, for this kind of look, contouring is optional for me, so I guess I'm going to skip this step today and move on right to the blush. And for a blush I'm using my Makeup Store Marble Blush in the shade Let Me See Pernice. Here it is how it looks like. And taking my medium-sized angled blush brush, so yeah, just taking a tiny bit of it because it's extremely pigmented. Believe me, it's so pigmented that you're enough of a tiny bit to get best results. So taking that tiny bit and applying it right on the apples of my cheeks. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but for me it's already so intense. Oh, let's move to the lips, and I'm not sure if I chose the right one, but I just grabbed accidentally my Manhattan long-lasting gloss glide, yeah. in I'm actually not sure if I'm happy with this lip look on my lips, because I don't know, for me it looks like I'm a dead body with no lips on my face. But if you prefer this one, definitely go with it. And I don't know, I think I'm going to search for something a bit warmer tone in my cosmetics box. We'll get back to you in a few seconds. So yeah, here's me again, and I'm completely taking this lip gloss off my lips, and I found, I think, a better combo of this Luminate Natural Code, let me see, Satin Coral, which is actually a very light pink gloss, and also Luminate Lip Gloss in the shade Creamy Papaya. This is actually one of my favorites. I use a lot, almost every day. Yeah, this is it, and I'm definitely more happy about this lip look than the other one a few minutes earlier. So this is it for the look, and this is the final result you see. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Yes, I'm still sorry a bit for the lighting because I'm still struggling with it and trying to catch as much of the daylight as possible. And I promise I will improve. So yeah, this is it for today, and see you guys next time.
It's easy.